Hey guys, Justin Bryan here from selfmadesuccess.com, and in this video I'm going to help you increase your ROI and get more sales and more leads, more website clicks, more Facebook fans, whatever your goal is for Facebook. I'm going to help you with 10 Facebook advertising tips and strategies that are really dominating right now and really getting big results. So number one is you need to target people's interests. Okay, they have specific interests on Facebook. People like all kinds of Facebook pages. They're fans of a lot of pages. They're fans of products. They're fans of people. They're fans of magazines. They go to events. They visit websites. Now you need to go for niche specific interests like these, not just ones that are famous. So I'll get a little more into this in a minute, but look for tools and events specifically first for your Facebook targeting of your audience, because those are typically purchases. If you're a business, you need to make money. You need to find people that are more likely to be customers and not just visitors to your website or something. You need to find buyers. So when you look at authority figures that they're fans of, tools, magazines they read, events, websites, things like events and tools and maybe even magazines are the best, because they usually have to buy a subscription or buy a one-time payment or something to use and go to these things. So focus on niche interests like these, but if you can, go for events and tools first. So if you're targeting marketers, go for people that use an email marketing service. Go for people that go to the Digital Marketing Summit event. Things like that. Next is you need to target niche specific non-famous brands or people. Okay, so when I'm talking about these niche specific ones, I'm talking about, like I said earlier, not celebrities and the most famous brands, but the ones that only people in that niche you're targeting would know. So for example, let's go for golf. So if you want to sell golf clubs, you don't want to target people that are fans of Tiger Woods, because if you go to Tiger Woods' page, you'll see he has over 3 million fans. Now, a lot of these people are not golf players, not golf fans. If you're trying to sell golf clubs, you need to find golf enthusiasts. People know Tiger Woods all over the world, so you need to focus more on people that only golf enthusiasts would know, but no one else would. Okay? So here are a few questions you can ask yourself when you're doing this. So who is someone an enthusiast would know of, but no one else would? Okay, and this is an enthusiast in whatever niche your product or service is in. What is a magazine an enthusiast would read, but no one else would? So instead of picking someone who's a group of people that are fans of Tiger Woods, or even Phil Mickelson. Phil Mickelson's a little farther down, but still a lot of people know who Phil Mickelson is. He's on a lot of commercials, he has a lot of endorsements. He's probably the second most famous golfer of our time right now. So target someone like Bubba Watson instead. Bubba Watson has, I think, maybe one major, but mostly just golf enthusiasts are going to know who this guy is, because he's not a big time celebrity. He's just a golf player. He's a good golf player, but a lot of people don't have any idea who he is except people who are fans of golf. So if you look down here, you'll see that he has 395,000 plus fans, as opposed to Tiger Woods, who have over 3 million. This is a much more niche page, a niche group of people. If you're trying to sell golf clubs, you might want to add them to your audience, because they are much more likely to be golf enthusiasts than just people who are fans of celebrities like Tiger Woods. Another example would be, say you're trying to sell fishing supplies. You would target people not reading, you don't want to target people reading a magazine like that covers all outdoors, like a Bass Pro Shop thing or something like that, or outdoor magazine, because that covers hunting, camping, and other things as well. You want to target people that read something like Bassmaster magazine, which is all about fishing and nothing but fishing, because you want fishing enthusiasts if you're selling fishing poles. So just think along those lines when you're making your audience, and it'll be much better. You go for very targeted niche people. Okay, now your audience size should be between 500,000 and 1 million people, unless you're local. If you're local, it'll be smaller, but if you're a business that's nationwide or even worldwide, 500,000 to 1 million people is great. So when you're on Facebook Ad Manager and you're going to make an ad, you can go to, let's say we'll just, for this example, go to increase conversions on your website. Okay, so you want to do this. You can continue. Now it kind of starts you out here. There's a few things you want to do, and as I go through the rest of this video, I'll really narrow it down. But say you want to, go after people's interests and things like that. You want to find people that are, so if you're targeting golf, for instance, you want to go after, say, Bubba Watson. Okay, and get rid of these other ones. These are just from other past examples and things like that. But you want to go after, like I said, very targeted interests. Okay, so what else do these people find interesting? Okay, so Bubba Watson might be somebody like that. Okay, you have a potential reach of 46,000 people now. So you can also go for maybe Rory McIlroy. He's another golf player, probably around the same celebrity in golf as Bubba Watson. So you would go through things like that, and golf magazines, golf clubs they might be interested in, Callaway Golf Company, Golf Magazine. You might go for Golf Magazine, but you want to go between 500,000 and 1 million people in your audience. So next up we have split test everything. So when you're actually making your ads, another thing you need to do is you need to have a lot of variation so you can test every single aspect of your ad. And to put this in perspective, I would do something like 2 different marketing messages, and you could have 2 audiences. An audience, you would make an audience for each type of interest that they're interested in. So in other words, you would have an audience for people interested in people like Rory McIlroy and Bubba Watson for golf. You would have another audience for people interested in golf magazines like Golf Magazine or whatever else they have in the golf magazine industry. Then you'd have ad copy variations, which is just the words in the ad. You would have a few different ways of wording it, and then you would have 4 different ad images. So you might have a picture of one of the famous golfers in one of them. You might have a picture of the golf clubs you're selling. So let's kind of put this in perspective here. This is like an example digital marketer used. So if you want to see this, you can go to Digital Marketer. They have a great example here, but they had one where they were targeting people trying to increase their business. So they had the 2 marketing messages, which are double your business or are you stuck. So it's just kind of the headline and the theme of the ad. So it's like increase your results or asking you an actual question that you might answer. So you're testing the message of the ad. Then you have the audience. So the audience 1 might be people they're interested in. Audience 2 might be magazines they're interested in. Okay, so you got those. Now you got short copy, so you just have maybe a sentence or 2 of promotional copy selling what it is or getting the message across, and you have long copy, so you have like a few paragraphs, and then you might have another alternative that just kind of rewords it. So you have all this, you've done through the ad sets, maybe for your golf example, just think of it that way, and then you have a few different images. The image is really what captures people's attention, so it's very important that you test a lot of different images. So then you might have a picture of Bubba Watson on one, you picture the golf clubs on another, picture of someone who's frustrated with golf on another one, or somebody who looks like an everyday guy maybe playing golf in another one. So that's 4 images right there you could use, and then you would use those 4 images for each of those versions. Different types of images, different types of written copy, different types of audiences, different, interested in different things, and then different types of marketing messages. So you test all those things, and you have over 100 different variations that you're testing. So then all you have to do is look at the numbers, and the numbers will tell you what's working and what's not. Number 5, use locations correctly. So if you're nationwide, worldwide, or local, think about that and only target people that will buy your product, that's actually able to buy your product. You can't just target random people everywhere, maybe because the ad price is cheaper. Go for people that can buy your product and are likely to. So if you're worldwide, you might pick the top 4 to 5 countries. So if you're based in the US, most of your customers are probably going to speak English. So you might do Australia, US, United Kingdom, which I think this is mostly on here already. Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, United States. Those are just some English speaking countries where English is the dominant language. Okay. If you're nationwide, you want to just go for your country, or you could even do just the major cities and test those. Now if you're local, and let's say you're based in an area close to Los Angeles, California, you would pick Los Angeles, and you could pick the surrounding counties along Los Angeles, maybe 4 or 5 surrounding counties that are within 15 or 20 miles of your actual business. So just keep those things in mind. Make sure you're only using places where it is likely for them to buy and they are actually able to buy. Number 6, create an audience from your email list. Now you can do this by downloading your list. You can go to GetResponse, Aweber, whatever your email service is, and you can actually download your list of subscribers in a CSV or TXT file. So then when you're in the Facebook manager, you can go to audiences, then create audience, then use custom audience, and then pick customer list. And then you upload the list of subscribers, and then you can use that as a new Facebook audience and test that. Now those are some of the best ones for creating ads that send them to some kind of a sales video or sales page. These people are already subscribed to your list, you already have their information, you've probably given them a free offer already, so they know who your brand is, they know who you are, and now the goal is to get them to buy something, to become customers of your business. So you can create a whole separate type of ad for subscribers by doing it this way and sending them to a place where they can buy. So instead of you just relying on nothing but autoresponders and broadcast emails, these people can go to these ads and actually buy on the spot and see it multiple times, not only through your emails but through their Facebook, where pretty much everyone has a Facebook. So it's just another way for you to get sales and better conversions. Another thing you can do is install a conversion pixel. A conversion pixel is basically a way for you to install a piece of code on your website, if you have a website, and it allows you to get more insights on who is visiting your website. Now, when you do this, you can also create an audience for those people. So when people are visiting your website, you probably don't have their email information yet, because only a fraction of them are going to subscribe to your list. So I would send people to some kind of a free offer, otherwise called as a lead magnet in the marketing world, and do that on Facebook. So for your email list audience, send them to some kind of sales video or sales page. For your conversion pixel, these people that are visiting your website, you can send them to some kind of email offer where they put in their email and maybe other information depending on what you need. So it's just another great way to target people exactly who is on your site, so you know more about them, and you can actually create better audiences with other ads by tracking these people and then looking at what their interests are, where the countries are that they're coming from, things like that. So it can actually help you with other things besides just making this ad. Another thing you don't want to do is define age yet, and actually a lot of people tend to assume the age of their ad group too early. So you might want to think about this for a second. Now, when I started this, 35 to 65 plus audience was automatically in here from probably another example or something. But you don't need to assume anything. In fact, you never want to assume anything, because the numbers are all that matter. The analytics are the only thing that matters. So assuming anything is never going to help you with your business. All you can do is start off a little bit broad and then narrow it down as you get more numbers. So let's say, first off, they have to be legally able to buy your product. So most of the time these products need to be, you need to have people that are at least 18 years old, and then you can go to 65 plus. So do the maximum range for age. Don't target anything else on your ads, because you need to do testing first. And I've actually heard from other marketing companies that they thought their biggest buying group would be in a certain age bracket, and it turned out it was in a different one completely, because they just accidentally forgot to target age and then accidentally figured out that, oh, we've been doing it wrong the whole time. So never assume anything. Number 9, don't define gender yet either. So gender is also something you might assume, oh, well, mostly men are going to buy golf clubs, but you don't know that for sure. Actually, women's golf is growing, and women's sports is actually growing in general. So women are really getting more involved in major sports, and it's really a growing industry all around. So there might be quite a few women playing golf that would really be interested in your golf clubs, for the example. So that was another thing that's been screwed up by a lot of marketing companies. They assumed from day one something that they didn't know for a fact. They didn't have any numbers on it yet. So don't pick women or men, just do all when you're starting out, and then as you get more targeted, as you get the numbers coming in, and if you have a vast majority of people buying your product that are one gender or the other, you can target that later. And last but not least, go for newsfeed ads. You can go for right column or newsfeed ads. Those are the two main locations for where your ads will pop up. The thing is, people have been conditioned over the years that, because of the way websites are built, to see ads in the right column. Or on a blog, it might be the widget area, whatever you want to call it. So on the right side, people are so used to seeing ads that they're almost immune to it now. So their attention is always going to be in the middle of the page, no matter what website they're on. So they're not going to be just conditioned to look it over in the middle of the page like that. Plus, the ad is much larger in the news feed, as you can see in this example, and so there's just too many things that you can't overlook when it comes to where to put your ads on Facebook. So you need to put them in the newsfeed. You can test both of them. I recommend you test everything all the time because really only the numbers matter. But I pretty much guarantee you that your newsfeed located ads will do much better because they're in the middle where the user's attention is. It's very easy to overlook right column ads. So other than that, that's about it for this video. If you got something from it, don't forget to like and subscribe so I can bring you more videos like this to help you get more conversions and get better Facebook ROI and things like that. If you want to let me know another tip that you would add to this video, or just let me know what you thought about the video, don't forget to leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to contact me directly, if you want to get more in-depth blog posts that go further in depth on this subject, or if you want to get courses that teach you how to do this step by step, and templates and tools that you can use, you can go to selfmadesuccess.com. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great day.